Everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant based diet going for yourselves today. Nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So today I'm going to talk on not overthinking, and along with not overthinking, not caring what other people think about you. Okay, so let's get into this. Very, very simple, beneficial message is to not care what anybody thinks, and also as you start getting into not caring what other people think of you, not allowing yourself to overthink. Okay, so there's many different methods for being able to come into not overthinking, okay, and even not caring what other people think. um I go into not really not putting your attention into caring about other people's judgment, you know. So let me see. So a lot of people are caught within this system of judgment, right? And everybody is constantly thinking, right? This is one of the main problems that people are constantly talking of, is that they can't control their thought, or they're over excessively thinking, you know. And with this comes a lot of different ailment, because you can think yourself into ailment, right? You can think yourself into disease, and you can think yourself into illness. And this is where a lot of it is coming from, because we're living in the mind too much, right? Because this is how they want people, so that they can continue to control people. um, so which what you want to do to avoid overthinking is you want to allow yourself to flow a little bit more. And it's kind of like a paradox in a way, because one method for not allowing yourself to overthink or ceasing any over excessive thinking is to allow yourself to overthink, right? Because this is allowing the flow of things, and the flow of energy is going to allow for the pressure that has been built up to come to a cease, to smooth itself out. And any type of over excessive thought in that flow of energy is going to come down a little bit, you know. So what you can do is you can just allow yourself to overthink. If you're overthinking, you can watch the thoughts, and you can just observe them without identifying with them. You know, you can observe them without identification, without attachment. And this is going to allow a distance from you and your thought process, right? But if it's severe for you, if overthinking is like an attack, you know, and you get thrown into an anxiety attack from overthought or over excessive thought, then there's other methods. You can put on some soothing music, you know, put on headphones, and put on some music, and lay yourself down, and just listen to the music. Okay, what you want to aim for is a meditative state, because the state of meditation or a meditative state is going to allow you to cease any overthinking, right? So whatever method brings you into a meditative state is going to also help you to cease any over excessive thinking, you know. And this is all that it is for people as well. People who are caught in a thought or their mind and think themselves into ailments, you know, like depression or anxiety or whatever it may be, even migraines, things like this can be all thought up and usually are just thought diseases, um, because it's all psychosomatic, right? Uh, but once you start to get into a meditative state, then any all of that, it begins to be understood very very clearly, and it allows you to traverse that dimension of it rather than getting caught in it, you know, and being able to use the mind more as a tool rather than letting the knife cut you. You're able to use it better, you know. So um, overthinking is very very simple to get yourself out of once you allow it to be, accepting it, just allowing it to flow. Watching the thoughts is probably going to be the best thing. You can also just watch your breath or just sit yourself down and breathe. Turn everything off in your house, you know, like all technology. Try to bring down the stimulation as much as possible and just watch your breath, because the mind, um, the more stimulation you have coming into your mind, the more chaotic it can get, you know. So if you're overthinking and it's getting really chaotic, it's because there may be a lot of stimulation going on, you know. So you want to ground yourself. You can also go outside and watch nature, you know. This helps a lot as well to cease any overthought. um, but you can find any type of method really to help you. So allow it to be, come into a meditative state, and the flow of energy is going to allow for that built up energy that has stirred itself up, or that stirring of energy to settle a little bit, so that you can get it a little bit more clear rather than having all of this chaos going on, you know, like stirring up a muddy pond. The more you stir it up, the dirtier it gets. This is like overthinking, you know. But once you start coming into a meditative state, you start watching it, you're letting it settle, you know, and then the pond can become clear. uh, and then this also is synonymous, or it helps with not caring what other people think, because the more you're able to look beyond judgment from other people, um, the more at peace you're going to be within yourself, you know. So this can also come with a meditative state as well, because the more you start to understand through meditation, the more you understand why it is not necessary for you to entangle yourself in other people's affairs, or other people's thought about you, or other people's judgment of you, because everybody is one organism at the end of the day, and everybody is literally sharing the same. Everybody is the same person, pretty much. So it's kind of just a little game that people are playing on each other to maybe get some laugh, you know. But once you have stopped playing in that game because you understand what it is, then you don't need to involve yourself in it, and you can just remain watchful when other people may be judging you, or whenever you're having any type of insecurity arise mentally. You can just be watchful of it. You can stay observant, and you don't have to be stirred up from it, or you don't have to entangle yourself with it, and it doesn't really matter, because at that point It does not exist because it doesn't exist. It's just something that you have conceptualized. So both of these, not overthinking or stopping your overthinking and not caring what other people think, both come with a more meditative state. And a meditative state is pretty much more observant or a more aware state. So all you have to do is become more observant and or more aware. And the more aware you become, or the more observant you become, the more things start to heighten for you, experientially, because you're observing more of what is. Um, and the more you can detangle yourself from life, okay? Very simple, and less suffering, because you're then detangling yourself. You're not caught in the net, but you're liberating yourself, detanglement. So then there's less suffering at that point because you're more aware, and awareness is bliss. Consciousness is bliss. Consciousness is love. Okay? Consciousness is plasma, space. Okay? Uh, and it's everything, it's omniscience. So don't care what people think about you, and don't overthink. Allow the overthinking, watch it for what it is. It's illusory, it's nature, and the same as other people's thinking of you or people's judgment of you. It's also conceptual, and it doesn't actually exist. Okay, it's a very, very minute dimension of intelligence, or even intellect, right? So it's not worth getting entangled in and suffering over and throwing a fit, but more so understand it for what it is through awareness and ascend or progress. But that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. I do thank everybody for watching. Once again, peace out. One love, and have a great evening.